politicians clean up our environment, it's time to act.
Now, who can I trust this to?
To whether they feel that their wages have been...
We have the highest degree of collaboration.
And how do administrators, teachers, and students react to the concept? We went to a school that does not currently have parent liability laws to get a reaction.
Bell just rang. Hurry up. You've got 5 minutes to get upstairs.
Principal Joan Jarvis thinks tough tactics are needed with parents and the community alike.
Come on, girls. You got 5 minutes.
It's their responsibility to make sure their youngsters get into school. And society, not only parents, but the storekeepers and the restaurant owners who allow youngsters to sit there beyond the school hour are also at fault, and maybe they ought to be fined.
As for some of her students, well, they have mixed feelings.
I think in a way, children learn what they live with, so therefore you think, yeah, well, maybe parents are partially responsible. I'm not saying totally responsible, partially.
You can't punish a parent for what a child does. That's dumb. That's stupid.
No.
I think a parent should have certain responsibility. Should take certain responsibility to, you know, have some kind of control over his or her kid.
Say you do something, say you cut school one day, and the police come to your house and pick up your mother. How you gonna feel?
Most parents deep down inside understand that their youngsters are not attending school. When you're not seeing a report card, when you're not seeing your child sit down to do homework, when there's no telephone conversation with a friend, what did he say in math class today? Can you explain that to me? I think parents need to be suspicious and need to call the school to find out, is my child attending on a regular basis?
It's like a way to rebel. Like, it's like, oh, well, my mother said to go to school, and my mother said to do my work, and my mother said to bring home A's and B's. I don't want to do that because she said I had to do it.
Let's move on to other parts of this. I think it would be great if parents took more of a role in and be more on top of their kids through the high school. I mean, my experience with high school kids is that the vast majority of parents have nothing to do with their kids.
Because you see the same ones every day and they have the same story.
If you talk to them a bit, you can figure out what's wrong. Some of them just need somebody to talk to.
They don't care. They just walk by me. I feel like a jerk. That's what I really feel like, to tell you the truth. I don't even feel human sitting here. I really don't. I don't feel human. I don't feel like I'm a part of the society.
And at the Greyhound bus terminal in downtown Boston, a fight broke out yesterday when a replacement driver accused a striker of spitting at his bus. Police quickly separated the two. No charges have been filed.
Farming and agriculture use almost 85% of California's water. So the answer should be simple, right? Cut the farmer back. But there's no water to cut back.
Right now we're hauling water for the livestock. This is dry land. Our farming is dry land. We rely on the pastures that come from the spring rains. We don't have any irrigation water, so the main impact right now is the water that has to be trucked in is an additional cost.
Neil McIsaac's family has dairy farmed in Northern California for 4 generations. This year, he's spending over $3,000 a month hauling water, and with no rain or governmental relief in sight, the drought is threatening his herd and his livelihood.
We're going into a year that nobody's been through before. We don't know what's ahead of us. The farmer that's not going to get water in the irrigation ditch because there is none, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yes, I think we did the right thing. I think we waited as long as we could have for the sanctions to have any real effect, and they didn't appear to.
We should take care of the Iraq situation now because he would be allowed to get nuclear weapons, and I'd like to stop him before he develops nuclear weapons.
I'm not for war, but if Saddam thinks he's going to be like another Hitler and decides to invade Kuwait and thinks he's going to do it, there's no way.
I think they might have extended the deadline. They really jumped into us way too soon, and they should have extended the deadline. But everybody at that point seems so go, go, go.
In the latest CBS News poll, an overwhelming majority of Americans, 70%, said the U.S. was right to start military action against Iraq. Only 26% said we should have waited. However, that's a slight drop from a similar poll taken immediately after the Gulf War began on January 17th. We also asked people about the deadly toll that a war with Iraq could take. The question, how many American lives will be lost in this war?
A lot of casualties. Speaking from as a former vet, I think it will be a lot of casualties, but we will prevail.
I worry about the ground warfare, because I went to World War II where we lost 14,000 Marines taking one small island. So the ground losses are going to be very heavy.
I think that with the technology as advanced as it is, it would be nice for it to continue to be a technological war where we wouldn't have to put ground troops in, because unfortunately it will be a long and bloody war.
Among those surveyed, 23% said they expect American casualties to top 1,000. 32% said they expect between 1,000 and 5,000 American soldiers to be killed, while 26% said they expect over 5,000 American troops will die. Finally, we asked, how do you think the Gulf War is going for the U.S.?
Well, I believe it's going as expected.
Not as well as we thought it would.
It's going to take a while, to make this guy change his mind.
One hopes it's going well, but again, well is a relative term. What does that mean?
The majority of those surveyed, 52%, think the war is going somewhat well for the U.S. 34% said it's going very well. Only 8% think it's going badly. However, there's a big change from the poll taken immediately after the war began. On January 17th, 78% of those surveyed said the war was going very well.
At the beginning, there was a sense of euphoria that we were doing well. I think the war is going to take longer than we thought it would take, unfortunately.